Hello YouTube, hello Robloxians, and welcome to Lumberland. This is episode number 6 of Building with CBR1K. And the last time we left, we were working on the museum. As you can tell, a couple of my friends decided to decorate the front side of my museum here with their names. So very kind of them. We have put in the second door that allows you to get into the main part of the building. We have also put in a couple of switches here and here, and I put in some lights up in the top. Now this part of the build is going to take a little bit longer, but it is what it is. I've been working on it for a few days trying to figure out how I wanted to set everything up. If we run out the side door here, we'll go up the ladder on the outside and we will finish the build upstairs. So what I've been doing to be able to get this done is just placing the glass down. As you guys know, the glass has two different sides to it. You have the side that the glass is actually on, and then you almost have like a phantom wall in a sense. As you can tell, that part, the glass is up and glass is down. That is the way that I prefer to have it. Slide it right down into its home. Glass is so easy to place. Excellent. And to be able to do this, I've got the white neon wires and I got a few different little guides up. So what I've been doing is using the shadow blocks as my guide, placing the wire as close as I can get it on one side, running it over to the other side, again placing it as close as I can get it, and dropping it down. Doing the same thing for the second one, but tag it off of one of them. This way you get your constant feed going back and forth. And then run it down. Call it a good day. And then I've been daisy chaining them. I've been linking them all together. So I can just tag in right here. Run this non-neon wire out here to either one of the two ends. It doesn't matter. Placing it. Now we can get rid of the blueprint guides. Excellent. We placed that glass, so we can go ahead and put down this one. There we go. One more. And because this is our last one, we don't have to worry about leaving part of the wire end exposed, so we can tag into it. Run this over there. Oh, I goobered that up pretty good, didn't I? What happened? Interesting. Alright. Well, I guess that one's only going to have one for right now. We can take this and we'll tag it off of this one. Excellent. Push Y. And there it is. Alright, I'm going to stop the video just for a second. I'm going to reload, see if that one doesn't come back. Apparently it did not like its home. So I will be back in a moment. Alright, I am back. It looks like my base just got done reloading. And magically we've got our last little light sitting over there. So we are going to set this beast up and hopefully not mess it up this time. Let's see here. And because we did get it back, I'm going to change my wiring pattern. I don't want it to be crossing like it is. That's just me. It doesn't matter as long as it operates. That's all that really counts. Ooh, that one's not as tight as I wanted it. That's okay. Alright. So here we go again. We can destroy the little shadows. That way we don't have to worry about them being up there and just annoying in general. So once this is done, we've got all of our lights in place. We do need to run this off of a XOR gate. And the only reason why is because I've got two different switches. So as you can see in the far side over here, I've got a little hole coming up through the base. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Comes across and around to the back side of the XOR gate. I also have another one over here, which you can assume is right where my door's at. Yep. And that comes up, runs down over here, goes into the other side of the XOR gate. And then I've got the lights, which this back one is fed off of this first piece, which jumps to the other backlight and then runs down this line. This one comes straight off the main point, turns, and goes up this other side. And as you can tell, I've got a second or a third light system that goes across here, down, and right back into the same little hole system that our switch comes out of. I'll show you what that's about in a minute. And then the very final step, which I will do off camera, is throwing the top or the roof the rest of the way on here. The awesome part about doing that is nobody can see all this craziness wires. It makes it look a little bit more clean. Hopefully before the end of this video, nighttime will hit and I will show you. I have the same system idea. We don't want the smooth wall, we want the big wall in here. But the only difference is I only have the inverter, so this one's got a constant power to it. I will show you guys what that looks like from the top view once you get the roof on. So let's jump down inside of the house really quick, or the museum, and we are going to disconnect what I've started to make, just so you guys understand where this next piece is coming from. So we'll put that back in just a few minutes. Alright, so my sign unfortunately is glowing through here. It is what it is. Those shadows up there are not completely filled in because I wanted to show you guys how I did it. I just used the little tiles, ran them down. They come down and into this switch, which unfortunately all the other tiles are in the way. Right there, and then goes right into the switch. The power source. It might be easier to, yep, there we go. So with the power on, you can see the blue line a little bit better. It goes right on up and out. And then you don't see any of the blue through down here, which is the part that I really liked. Then we got the neon lights. It almost looks like little halogens that you'd have inside your school or your house or an office, anything like that, which I thought was kind of cool. That's the reason why I made them. But the thing I noticed is you have this line, and it's approximately 1 unit or 1 wall size and height. So if I take this wall down and just kind of show you guys, it goes a little bit deeper, but not by much. So it's enough to show like a room. I didn't like that because everything on the lower half of the room, which is probably where the majority of my stuff will be displayed, was not getting lit up. So what I did is I added another wire inside of this tube line that we've seen, and it comes out right here. I wasn't too sure on how I wanted to do it, so it took me a little while to think about it, but these floors, they're standard floors, are the same height as this outer piece, which in turn, the shadows here are about the same height as the floor. Makes it a lot easier for me to put in like a false floor, attach a wire from there to over here, and then I can run this entire section of the non-shadowed area, or the lower half, with lights. Now forgive me, I don't have all white. I was testing this out yesterday before I decided to make the video, and I've got like yellows and blues and purples and stuff over there. So turn this on. Our overheads come on, no problem. Lower half comes on. You can still really see that shadow over here, but on this side it's not as apparent when it's dark out. Doesn't look like we're gonna make it all the way through for the darkness, but that's okay. And like I said, I've got all the different colors on that side. Over here's my whites. Those are just going to be down on the floor. I do have one piece filled so far. I'm going to put an outer border of the dark wood, this stuff right here. It's over across the bridge. I'm going to put that outer border there and then figure out some kind of a design from there. It's only going to run the outer edge, so it's not going to come up and go around the door. It's only going to be the outer edge. The wiring here, how I got it to go underneath, I placed one of the tiles down and then just jumped the wire over the top of it. It allowed me to make the turn the way I wanted it to. And then our door system, the easiest way I can explain that is to have a shadow block. Activate that. Yay. Okay, so this one comes over. It goes just underneath this little gap here. Comes up, activates our door, the two pieces for the door. There's a second one on the other side, which obviously is my other pressure plate in and out. And that's all that I did. I put little tile pieces around it to block it in to make it all hidden wires. So that way it looks pretty neat, looks clean. Don't have any major issues with it. This is the way the final piece will look if you do the same thing. Now let's run upstairs and show you guys all the lights while they are on. Doop, doop, doo, 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 doo. All right. So up here, this is where all the lights are whenever they are on. It's pretty bright. But as you can tell, it lights up the same direction going down as it does going up. That's the same theory behind my sign, how it lights through the back. You can see the yellow is on now. You can see the pumpkin over there on the far side, and then it vanishes whenever the lights turn on. The greens are on now. And that's the way it just kind of continues to go through. Yeah, the sun's still up at midday. So you can kind of get the idea from this. You can see the circle or the space that it takes up. That will actually light your lower floor and your upper floor. So if you make a space in between, which I just used the simple wall little stud piece or smooth wall short guy right here that I'm highlighting. This is what I used to define my wall height. You can probably use a post if you wanted to. I just did this because it was easy. Made it simple for me. But then also all your wires and stuff are hidden. Makes it look pretty neat. Once I get the roof on here, you'll never even know that that's the way it is. The lights come on this upper area. If I turn it into like a living space or an additional museum walls, anything like that, it'll be lit up from the bottom side as well as the top. So it works out pretty neat in my opinion. What else have I done since I've last talked to you guys? Oh, I changed the walkway out here. I had the regular wood running around the edge. I decided to use the countertops from over at the Fancy Furnishings and make the walkway. That, I really like the way it turned out. It took a whole lot of wood to do it, but I really do like the way that it turned out. And I was going to add grass back here, but unfortunately, because this is just a tile piece, tiles have that phantom wall system, just like the glass does, but it doesn't show you the section that is going to be the phantom wall. Well, that happens to be between my fence and that wall, and I can't put grass down there. As you can tell with the fence, it's got a centerpiece, which has got the phantom wall idea as well. I can't build right up against it. It makes it a little bit difficult. I couldn't actually add the corner here and have everything be smooth, so I've got two different fences that kind of touch each other. Here I was able to do it. I do have to add some grass on the outside here, but then I'm also going to make like a little sitting area out in front of the museum here. I'm going to add a couple of chairs and stuff to it. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it so people can walk through there without having it be all goofy, make you sit down every time you try to walk through. And then I have a small fountain system. I don't like the way it looks. There is actually a third bump in there, or a third little outhang right here, where my guy's standing, but you can't see it because of how glowy the wood is. So I got to figure out something to do to kind of offset it, show it off a little bit better, make it look nicer. If you guys have any ideas, I thought about like putting wires in there. I even thought about putting some white wood in there somehow, but none of my ideas are panning through. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I will definitely try to implement them if I can. Make this fountain look a little bit nicer. That would be awesome. And I think that is actually all I have done since the last time we have talked. We've got the grass, we've got the walkway. I've got to make the sign still. I've got a couple of people that decided to decorate the front of my house, or the front of the museum. My sawmill system is not quite working out the way I would hope, or I hoped it would. Some of the wood, whenever it gets through the main part here, it goes through the sawmill, it comes out this side, and it's still regular old wood. I don't know if that's because I've got the second sawmill on my property, if it's because the system's lagging and it's just not working right, what the deal is. So it kind of upsets me whenever that stuff happens, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sure it's a game glitch of some kind. And other than that, this thing's been working wonderfully. As you can tell, I've been using quite a bit of the wood to do different things. There's the dark wood I use for the poles inside, redwood. You can't get to this. Oh, that's another one. After building up all the different wood in here, it started blowing up each time it fell down and went into the main part of the mill, or into the storage. So I put this lid on it, and I haven't had it blow up yet. It still has blown up out of here a few times, but it has not blown up out of my main holding area. And then I just take it out really simply. Oh, that was another one. I hit this one time with my car, and the wood went everywhere. It's like my car phased through the wall, caused the wood to shift, and wood just exploded. I was like, what the heck am I going to do to fix that? So I just put these little posts out here. Now whenever I hit it, it doesn't phase through and smash all that wood everywhere. And I haven't had the same incident happen yet. I've also decided that I'm going to be putting up some guides up here, because the wood gets around to these little pieces here on the backside and gets tangled up and caught. It's also been getting caught on this little corner right here. Unfortunately, I'm on the flipping thing, so it makes it hard. This little corner right here, it gets tangled up and then falls into the wrong bin. I've had those two issues happen so far. So what I'm going to do is this right here. I'm going to take the post and a wedge, a 1 by 1 by 1. If I could quit jumping around everywhere. Get up there. 1 by 1 by 1, and I'm just going to make this little guide all the way down. This little guide helps out. Oh, come on. This little guide helps out whenever this gets activated as well, because it kind of pushes the wood over there, but it also stops it from getting tangled up on the corner. The only spot I've been having issues with since is right when the wood hits it and it goes into that next gap piece right here. So it gets tangled up there and causes a jam every now and again as well. Downfall to the jam, if the wood sensor is not still activated, it doesn't push it over the edge. So that's been one of the issues that's been happening. But with the guide here, it does work out a whole lot better, and I decided to angle this wedge right here, so that way it pushes it back into the main line, if it should, for whatever reasoning, not be able to make it through this one and stay a little bit closer to the wall on the right. The other thing that it's been having issues with is right here, whenever it makes this turn, some of those pieces are too big whenever they come out because the saw doesn't completely cut them. I either have to add more delays or figure out a little bit different way to start cutting this wood, which I have an idea, but I think it's going to back up my system even more than what it already is. The system does take quite a while to actually run. So we'll see how well that idea works out. I may do a little bit of a tutorial on it on the next one. I did finally get all of the components so I can finish up my wood separator and hopefully show you guys how it works 100% when everything is up and running. So with that being said, there's our update. A little new idea for a lighting system if you so very desire to do one. And a quick update for how the museum is going. So aside from that, I've been getting quite a few people that come into the game, see that I'm a YouTuber, like these guys here were messaging me earlier, asking if they can either interview or play, be in the video. They don't know that they're in it yet, but they will here soon. We're going to get all their names. They're not too bad. They didn't harass me, but they did allow me to finally finish up my video, which I appreciate. Thank you guys. So, but if we hit 50 subscribers, we'll do a Let's Play random game night. Just whatever you guys want to play, whatever you want to do. Just don't destroy my base. But we got to get up to 50 subscribers. Last time I checked, we were at 29. So we just need 20 more people to try to get into this thing. Well, 21. And then we'll do a Let's Play. We'll just do a random game night. Hang out. Do whatever you guys want to do for a while. Put it on video. Let everybody that wants to be a part of it in it. And I do record audio as well. So if you guys decide that you want to encourage your friends to subscribe so we can hit that magic number of 50 so we can do a game night, that would be awesome. But I do record audio, so if you decide to be a part of it and hang out with me, I will be the leader of the group. If you're inappropriate, rude, or anything else to anybody else in the game, I will kick you from the party and we will start the video over without you being a part of it. Please be respectful to everybody. If we do end up doing a random game night or a Let's Play, either way you want to look at it. But I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good night, YouTube. Have a good night, Robloxians. Hopefully we can hit that magic number of 50, and we will see you soon. Have a good night, everyone.